Good morning, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good. Okay. So, how are you all? Anyone? Okay. Something fine. I see a couple of you didn't upload your profile photo. Why not? Yeah. For example, Rishi, what happened? Profile photo. Shubhada Rishi. If you are not there, I am removing you from the meeting. Okay. Shubhajit Bag.
Yes, sir.
Mm,
Yeah, hello.
I see your profile photo. Yeah, you have the profile photo. Okay, fine. Chandrakant, Tejas Chandrakant, Pooja Sharma.
Sir, I have uploaded.
Yes. Okay, now it's visible. Good. Okay. Padmasree Nethipudi.
Sir, I have uploaded.
Now it's visible. Okay, it has to be at least answered. Mausam Sinha.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes, sir.
Naman.
Tejas text came to me like he said his network is slow. That's why
Who?
he wasn't able to reply.
Who?
Sir, Tejas.
Tejas. Okay, okay, okay. Anyhow, he will rejoin. I removed him.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, Mausam.
Sir, I have uploaded.
Yeah, now it's visible. Fine. Jay Dutonde.
Yes, sir. I have uploaded.
Yes, fine. Okay, Bidisha, you should upload. Is that there?
Yes, sir. I will upload it by now itself.
Yeah, upload that. Ankit Verma. Ankit Verma. Okay, Anik Mondol.
Yes, I uploaded it, but for some reason it is not reflecting in the Microsoft Teams.
Okay, try again because I see others.
Okay, sir, I will
Uh,
try.
yeah, Ankit Verma. Ankit Verma. Akhil Nama.
Yes, sir, I have uploaded.
Speak once again, Akhil.
Yes, sir, I have uploaded.
Why it is not highlighting then?
Mm, sir, it is showing from my
It's
side.
fine. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
It came. It appeared. Okay. And yeah, so fine. Others should upload those who didn't. Sahil, did you upload? Sahil Bairagi? Yeah. Sahil.
Yes, sir. I have
Yeah,
uploaded.
yeah. It's I can see that. Fine. Okay. These are there. Okay. Okay, so most of you have done this. Those who didn't do that, Sesheti, why clearly told that the face should be visible.
Okay, so I'll just change it.
Yeah, just crop it or change it because at least we should see the face.
Yes, sure, sir. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So let's come to the first class. The thing is that some of you, in fact, not some of you, few of you would be angry with me regarding the evaluation procedure of CPC. Now I give the responsibility to you now to come up with the procedure. Okay, and for that I can I actually have a plan to form a kind of a task force or a kind of a committee consisting you guys, that what should be or what kind of procedure you want, provided we follow the institute norm. Okay, so do you remember what was the division of marks? And that's still valid in this semester as well. Any of you remember?
It was 50% for the test and 50% for the assignments.
Okay, yeah, right. So this was the minimum weightage, and we couldn't do anything without that. So again, for my part, we will follow this institute procedure. I think Professor JC also will follow the similar pattern or maybe in different format. But for this 50% marks of the seat transfer, so are you fine with the assignment procedure that we followed in CPC? So let's at first freeze that 25 marks, the procedure of evaluation. Rohit?
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So are you fine with the assignment procedure that has happened?
Yes, sir.
In
No
CPC?
issues.
So do you want anybody has any objection on the procedure regarding assignment submission? That
Sir?
now be, yeah.
Sir, I think in the assignment one, this time given was not sufficient.
But the loophole I told you, right?
Yes, sir.
The loophole, the other side of having a longer period of assignment submission.
Like, sir, I'm not saying like to have 2 or 3 days, but like 2 and 3 hours is like not sufficient for doing every question properly. Like we are in, because sir in 2 or 3 hours we are mainly focused on just like submitting the assignment. We are not focused on learning.
Okay, so what kind of say submission period you'd like to have?
Sir, I think at least means
Yes.
one day would be enough, so that we can at least have a proper look over the question and we can learn while doing it.
So not one day, but not one day exactly. Like maybe 6 to 12. At least this 6 hour
Sir,
gap.
6 to 12 hours will also work. Like in that, like we can learn something. But like 3 hours
Yes,
is
sir.
like very less.
Could
We
even
are
make
only like
in
focused
2
on
and 3
solving
hours.
the specific problem.
Like you could make it 6 to 11 as full marks and then 11 to 12 as 50% of marks.
So 6 to, sorry, once again, Srishti?
6 to 11 as 100% marks and then 11 to 12 as 50% marks.
Okay. 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 Fine. And say any way to filter those who are actually doing the, or say giving I mean their justified marks, who are actually doing the assignments? Any way out? Naman, yeah, go ahead. Any thoughts on that?
Like sir, even in a short time window, like the ones who really study can lose marks. So like that is also sometimes not fair. So like some time if you increase time window by some hours, then I guess it may get fair.
I understand. See, that's why I'm asking your suggestion. Okay, and I'm asking to those who actually had a lot of query or had a lot of issues or problems specifically. So because you
Sir,
already
in the
spent a
online
semester online. Okay, so you in fact you have like I am teaching only 2 subjects a semester. Okay, so you are more valuable asset for this feedback because you are doing say 13-14 courses together. So in all the courses, maybe different subject teachers may have their different strategy, and maybe couple of them suits you, say discreetly. That maybe one teacher's assessment procedure suits you better, the other teacher's examinations procedure suits you better. So now, what is the base strategy? The assimilation of this whole understanding, or say the whole thing. So that is what I want, so that we can follow say the best of those things. Basically, that is the point. So that everybody gets beneficiated. Say you learn, you also deliver, and say the proper evaluation can happen. Did you
Sir,
get my point?
it is better to take 4 tests rather than giving time-bound assignments. Like that is the case with most of the subjects.
Yes, like maybe like you could take 5
We can
tests
do
as
a
a whole
practice
and take
assignment just for our for our practice, but not evaluated.
Okay, then how do we give assignment 50% marks as per the institute norm?
No, I'm saying that instead of assignment, we can have more number of tests.
But that is what most of you are trying to avoid, because you are saying that 2 to 3 hours of anything is not justified.
So because a time-bound assignment becomes more like a test only.
Yeah, so that is the point you are also going toward.
So it is better we have a proper test instead of assignment. So because when you decrease the time last time, then there was more of cheating.
Hmm. So basically that's what I'm actually trying to avoid.
Sir, I think so. Like, if you will give the assignment or even if you will conduct the test, cheating will always be there.
Right.
I don't think so.
Until
There
and
is a
unless
way
there
to
is
avoid
physical
that.
invigilation happens, or say we go like this AMU and that kind of procedure that your webcam has to be
Yes,
fixed.
sir. But
You cannot move.
in order to avoid that cheating, some of the professors try to make the paper hard or make the guidelines tough. But the point is that in that case, the ones who really studies are mostly suffered. Like, who are not that extrovert or are not having that so much connections, they suffer a lot in that process.
So,
then
so
according
I understand. I mean, in
statistically,
fact,
like the previous way of doing it is only better. Like there is less
Yes,
positive.
sir.
Like 2-3 hours would be fine then.
Means I
sorry.
think like if you will conduct the test and if you will give like 1 hours and you will give lots of question, then I don't think so that cheating will not be there. Cheating will be there in that case also.
Right.
Sir, in fact, cheating would be kind of more
Excuse
promoted
me,
in
sir.
that manner
Yes, sir.
because people will think that they will not be able to solve the whole assignment, so they will divide the assignment and solve it like
But
that.
in case of writing, at least all of us used to write the assignment.
Yeah, at least see,
So
whenever
I
you
think
copy from the mother, you at least see that what you are writing, even without knowing. But that is the thing. I just want to know that what
But
can
sir,
be.
if you sir like if you do in the 3 hours only, like you can do one thing, like rather than not evaluating on the basis of 50%, you can evaluate on 75% and then decrease it to 50%. Because sir, directly 50% is like way too less for some people who submit like just 5 minutes later or 10 minutes later. So it gets really unfair for them. So if you do like 75% instead of 50% for those who have submitted under 4 hours or something like that.
Naman, exactly that thing I tried in the last semester. If you follow that in the initial assignment, say the assignment 1, 2, I nearly gave you a day or in fact 2 days to submit. Okay, and then even some people, some students were late. Okay, and then when again I reduced it to 3 hours or 4 hours, they are still late. So it actually it's the mentality that last we will do at the last minute, and then that doesn't happen, and you try to start uploading all the things just 15 minutes before, and then obvious network issues and all these things will appear. And that is why from the very beginning I was telling you that you are, say, for the initial assignments, that is why I gave say 2 days or 3 days to get accustomed with the system, that how it works, what are the difficulties you may face. Okay, so then we speed up that, okay, now you have 2 hours or 3 hours, or say I open the assignment at 5 p.m. after all your classes, and then you get time till 9 p.m. in the night with the first 50%, and then 100%, and then rest the 50%. So that was the strategy. Now, obviously, some of you are not happy with that. So that is why, yeah, Samira.
So whether you give 1 or 2 days or 2 to 3 hours, cheating will be there in both cases. But
right,
if,
and also there will be late submission.
Yes, but if you give 1 or 2 days, at least we are trying all the questions properly. And when it is a 2 hours test, that time it's just like we need to just submit it before the deadline.
Okay.
Yes, sir. That is one of the important points.
Yes, sir. Like
if we are having time, then at least we try to do it on our own.
Okay.
On our own and with accuracy. Okay. But if we are like having two hours or something like that, we will like look after the books or something like that.
Sir.
Yeah, Jatinder. Sorry.
Sir, I like to bring something up. So, like in the last time in CPC, what happened was like the last test was of like 50% marks. Like with 50% marks of the entire course. So, if it's possible, we can avoid something like that, because in that case.
After Avaish, we take 2 tests. Those who missed the one, we went for the other test. So I gave you basically 2 options. That if you want to continue with the first examination, then it's fine. Do not appear for the next one.
Like,
but if you start writing, then or if you upload that, then your first one becomes invalid. So those who appeared for the first test, they were eligible for the second test as well.
So like what he was trying to say is like the whole semester is covered by the 50% of the marks that is being conducted at the end. Like in continuous evaluation, it would be a problem for us, obviously. So if for 3 tests were taken, it would be much better rather than having one concentrated test having 50% marks of the weightage.
Okay, I got it. So instead of one examination of 25 marks, we can split it, say, based of 2 or based of 3, or maybe average of 2 or average of 3.
Yes, sir. We can have 3 examination, and you can take best of 2, like our SDC sir did.
Okay, and that's fair enough. So, and those examinations I would conduct, say, of 1 hour duration.
Sir, there's one thing that I would like to say. Sir, if the questions in assignment and test were like not readily available on like their solutions, if they are not readily available on the internet, so that would be very nice.
Sure. No, the point is that I deliberately gave you. I understand that you got the source. See, because when I give the assignments, I understand who are doing and from where exactly those who are not doing, they are copying. And based on that, in fact, I gave a couple of questions from those books or from the sources in the internet. So that at least when you copy, you understand what is happening or what are the things that you are writing. And in between, some of the things I tweaked, which again, so those who copied, they missed those points. Yeah, so your point is taken. Definitely, now the point is it is more of an open book. In fact, all the things are open book test will happen, including. But the assignments, I will see. I will try to also give it. Not those are there on the textbook. We'll try to form those. Yeah. So sure. And yeah. Any other feedback? So that means okay. Is Arthur Ghani, is Muhammad there? Oh, I don't think. So is anybody currently present here is from Kashmir?
Yes, sir.
Jammu
That
Kashmir.
Mohammad Athar, he had like he has to deal with lot of problems last
I
semester.
understand, and that is why I was looking for him. That if somehow that has been
And even
sorted.
Shoaib is from Kashmir.
Yes, yes, yes. So both of them, in fact, surprisingly, they were on time regarding the submission. This thing. They used to have these lectures uploaded. They used to say that we got it in the next day morning after downloading, but they were in fact punctual. So that is why I took care of them separately. Fine, but now again, all of you should. Uh, uh, yeah, Soham.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so why don't you upload your profile photo?
Yes, sir. On
Yeah,
it.
just yeah, do it. So yeah, so the point is that what I try to mention is that now, at least in this course, you shouldn't give that excuse that again of the last minute submission, or I do not understand those marginal submissions. Either you submit well before the deadline or not. I see a couple of submission exactly at 11:59 when the deadline is basically 11:59, and they are naturally late because this is the system calculation. The time was set by system that the deadline is 11:59.00 seconds. So if you are 11:59 and 55 seconds, you are still late by 55 seconds or even 15 seconds. Those were submitting. So I do not understand those kind of late submissions. Either you do it in the next morning then, if you are not ready. Okay, so those submissions actually are suspicious in terms of say copying from the others. Okay, so do not do those because again I would be really strict on those late submissions, because what is set, that is the final thing. I will definitely give you time. Say the assignments, as we discussed, we will give you 12 hours time for the assignment submission, or even in some cases, if I see the questions are that kind of a thing, we will give you 24 hours. That's not an issue. Okay, but after that, hardly 30 to 40% marks will be considered. So not even 50% further. Okay, and so then we have, let me just calculate how many weeks of classes we have, and we can finalize the exam dates from now onwards. In fact, so in the next class, we will start this theory lectures from the next class. And before that, you would have a schedule of like day-wise lecture headings, kind of a thing, that which day I would cover which of the parts. And we will see that, and what will be the exam dates. So it would be pre-announced, not any surprise things would be there. Okay, so starting from 14th, if we basically have if holiday calendars are still not announced, so we basically have 12 weeks of lecture, nearly 12 weeks of lecture. So if we divide that with the 4 weeks of lectures, we will have 3 examinations. Okay, so starting from 14th, so the first examination, you expect that in the week, say either 4th Feb or 5th Feb. Okay, so the first examination of my part will happen on this 4th or 5th Feb in that week. Second examination and then will happen 4th or 5th March. Sorry, 3rd or 5th March, 3rd or 4th March basically. Yeah, 3rd or 4th Feb and 3rd or 4th March. But 3rd March is, I think, it is our semester break. So it would happen on 4th March. And the last one will happen after everything is over. Okay, so yeah, the first examination is on 4th Feb, second examination is on 11th March. And the final examination would happen on 14th April. If everything goes as per our plan.
Hello, sir.
Onyx.
Yes, sir. I just want to say that in the
Yeah,
exams, can you give?
your profile photo
Yes,
is
sir.
not there. Yeah.
Yes, sir. I told you, sir. I uploaded it, but it's not
It's not. Okay.
reflecting in the
Right,
Microsoft.
right.
I will try again, sir.
Onyx, go
Sir,
ahead.
sir, I want to say that in the exams, can you give some questions of relatively smaller marks? Because in CPC, we had questions which had a lot of marks, and if we couldn't do it, and we lost quite a lot of marks. So I'm saying that can you give some small questions also along with the long questions?
Okay. 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 So the number distribution in the examination you would want in a different manner.
Yes,
Fine.
sir.
Fine. Okay. Fine. Noted. So yeah, I would distribute that 50% of smaller marks and say the other 50% of higher marks or something like that. Yeah. Okay. Noted. Fine. Yeah, Jyotiraditya, you started to say something, but
Yes, sir.
yeah, please go ahead.
Sir, I was telling that if before the assignment you just tell us the topics, what we need to study for the assignment so that we can prepare, and then maybe you can give questions on that, like not graded ones. So then maybe then more people would try to do the assignment on their own as they know the topics beforehand.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely. Absolutely. So this semester, in fact, this thing, I have a plan that, as I mentioned you, by tomorrow, say I would give you this day-wise lecture schedule, and the day of assignment submission, or say the assignment distribution, and the submission time I would decide later because the questions are not formed yet. Okay, so yeah, so you would have a day-wise lecture schedule, and I said that exam dates. So exam dates will consist of just those before that day, whatever we learn, that would be the syllabus for that particular exam. Okay, so for example, the last examination will not be of, say, the whole syllabus. Okay, it would be from where we left the second exam. So kind of a term exam you can think of.
Sir, also if you could provide us some tutorials from the assignments which are not graded and are optional to do, it would be helping us for practice also.
Okay, fine. Okay, so tutorial or say the work solved problems I would provide along with the assignment, and also the assignment solution possibly we have to upload regularly. Like last time TS didn't do that, and
Yes.
on demand they produced that, or say the on demand they give that. But this time I will upload the model solutions. The questions can be solved, say maybe in a different manner or different ways, but one of the ways, or the say the model solution, I would ask them to upload, as soon as the assignment deadline is over. Would that help?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So there are several things I am noting it down. That is fine. Okay, and yeah, and any other thing, any other grievances that you had last time?
Sir, last time the correction process of the assignments was very faulty, I guess. Like we had to ask, like even if the question that we did was correct, we weren't awarded marks. We had to ask them again and again, and they weren't responding to us.
Okay.
Also, the checking of various TAs differs a lot. Like some TA gives more marks in one question, and that doesn't happen with someone else.
But for the consistency, I asked them that that one TA should check all 140 questions paper for that particular questions. So it is not that one TA decided for a bunch of students together. So one question, one TA. That kind of thing was given that last time. So anyhow, okay. So I understand that the TA thing issues, and that is our system problem. I mean, that is the things that happens actually.
Sir, one way in which we can ensure that the TA is also not exhausted and the checking also happens properly is that as we have multiple questions, we can assign each TA one question and he will grade that question.
Yeah,
So
that exactly happened last time. So I had say 5 TAs. So TA1 was given question number 1 for all the 140 students. Okay, so that's how I ensured the consistency last time, and this time that will also happen. This time I will also ask them to do it in that way. But yeah, I should provide the model solutions beforehand so that there is no confusion. Okay. Okay. Any other thing? Any other thoughts? I saw that this time we had students or members from outside department. So are you there that those who took the additional, this subject as additional from aerospace, you guys are here? Can you please identify yourself? Those who took this subject as elective, not additional. Are you here or not? Or let me find out the names.
Good morning, sir. I'm here.
Oh. Saiteja, yeah. Yeah, so why don't you upload your photo?
Sir, I just reinstalled it. I forgot to upload it because there is some problem with my mic.
Okay, fine. Okay. So do that, upload your profile photo.
Yes, sir.
And the thing that I was asking that in your second year, in fact, the last semester, did you do fluid mechanics at your department or somewhere?
No, sir.
Because this convection part, we need a bit of knowledge on the fluid flow. So did you do any course on fluid flow previously?
No, sir. I just had a +2 course. That's it.
Okay. In fact, you are 19 CY. Okay. Right. And Akash Bhuya, are you here? Akash? No, he's not here. Okay. So Saiteja, you are attending the other part, that is the conduction part already, right?
Yes, sir.
Are you able to follow that?
Yes, sir. A little bit. I had problem with convention, but after reading some books, it's okay, sir. I'm fine.
It's okay. Fine. Okay. Fine. Okay. For the others, it is actually the bit of knowledge from our fluid mechanics or fluid dynamics rather would be required here, and that is how our course curriculum is structured. So that is why we learn heat transfer after fluid flow or fluid mechanics. And because most of you are conversant with the idea of boundary layer, right? You remember the idea of boundary layer? Those, in fact, all of you except
Yes, sir.
Site is in this class. So all of you are aware of what is velocity of the hydrodynamic boundary layer, right? So anyhow, so from the next class, I will start doing that, this boundary layer. And so until now, what is happening in conduction, this convection part that I will take care of, we are using convection as a boundary condition to a conduction problem. For example, a system, we have, say, a fin or an extended surface. Now there some heat loss is happening. So outside that surface we had some fluid and heat transfer is happening. So through solids, heat transfer is happening by conduction, and then the solid surface and the nearby fluid, that transfer is happening by convection and radiation. But radiation again will be taken care by Professor Jayanti Chakraborty in his lectures. So in conduction, in convection, I hope, yeah, Akash Bhuya, you are here, right? Can you speak, because we need to hear your voice. Akash?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, am I audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So Akash, did you do any your fluid mechanics or the fluid dynamics course in aerospace?
Yes, sir. We need that.
Okay. And you know the concept of boundary layer, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Yeah. So that is what I wanted to know. Okay. Fine. You can mute yourself. Okay. Oh, the point I was trying to say is that in convection, by the way, you must be knowing now what is the difference between conduction, convection, and radiation mode of heat transfer. Can someone tell me what is the fundamental difference between conduction and convection? Or say the principles of how conduction happens and how convection happens from the introduction class? Anyone can volunteer?
Like, sir, in conduction, the heat is transferred from one point to another without the movement of particles. Like the particles vibrate at their positions and they transfer the vibrations. While in convections, the particle transfer the heat by their movement.
Yes, and that movement is what kind of movement? Did you hear a term called advection during your fluid dynamics classes?
No, sir.
So the term is, just a second now.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
So advection is essentially the transfer due to the bulk motion, the transfer of heat due to the bulk motion. And convection
You
is
got muted or
collectively
what happened?
Hello, am I audible, sir?
Now you are audible.
Hello, sir. I was answering for advection. Advection is essentially the transfer of heat due to bulk motion.
Absolutely.
And convection is the combined effect of advection as well as conduction.
As well as conduction, right. So this thing, in fact, I was trying to mention, I was going to mention that if you remember these two phrases, then it would be helpful for you that conduction is basically the convection is basically the combination of advection plus conduction. So that means the bulk, the heat transfer due to the bulk motion of a fluid plus the heat transfer mechanism that happens by diffusion or conduction. Okay, so which means that is why, in fact, that is why we started our syllabus or started our lectures in such a way that, yeah, so my screen is visible now, right?
Not yet, sir. Now it is visible, sir.
Now it is visible. Okay, yeah. Some of the things or other happens. Okay. Yeah. So what I was trying to mention is that that we have convection, which is basically advection, conduction. So convection, okay, conduction, con from the conduction part and vection from the advection part. So if you remember this, then you would not have any issue in understanding how this happens. And so usually there is a say apparently or say I would say apparent trick question is that does conduction happens in fluid? Did you get my question? So whenever we speak about conduction, we immediately think of some solid surface, solid material, metals and all this stuff. Okay. Now the question comes whether conduction can also happen in a liquid. What is your thought? Does it happen?
Yes, sir, it happens.
Yes, sir.
So how? And
Sir,
why?
due to collisions of water molecules, be it fluid or liquid or gas.
Due to collision. How that happens? But do you understand what I mean? Do you visualize what you are saying?
Yes, sir. So the particle with higher energy collides with the particle with lower energy, resulting in effective transfer of energy.
But that is kinetic energy theory of gas that you are saying. But what about liquid?
Sir, a somewhat similar process happens in liquid.
Can you give specific example? Say
Brownian
this is
motion.
where the conduction can happen in liquid.
So for example, we have a plate which is being heated at the top, and we are passing a composition of ice and water from the left side to the inlet, and at the outlet we have another outlet. So the composition is changing because heat is being transferred, and it's not convection, because if it were to be convection, it would, like, the convective flow sets upwards, but here the heat is being transferred downwards. So it is convection, but to a very less extent, so it's majorly due to conduction.
If you talk about, so you told about this scenario that you have a surface and then you are flowing on top of this something.
No, sir, on bottom of it.
On bottom or anywhere, but there is a movement of fluid is there or the flow is there.
Yes, sir.
So if flow is there, then that is basically advection.
So, but the heat is being transformed from up to down now. So that is not because of advection.
That is the direction of heat flow.
Sir, in case of a fully developed flow through a pipe, the velocity is only in the z direction. But suppose we heat, let's say, bottom face of that pipe, then the only way to transfer that heat is conduction, because velocity is only in the z direction. No radial component of velocity is there in the fully developed flow. So only way the heat will be transferred is through conduction.
But that kind of temperature profile maintaining is really difficult. I mean, it's a kind of impractical thing.
No, so only, suppose only there is a pipe, a small length of pipe, fixed length, and we heat, let's say, bottom face of that pipe. We maintain that at some constant higher temperature, which is more than the temperature of the liquid. And the upper face is suppose at normal temperature. Then the only way to transfer the heat through the liquid is conduction from a bottom face to the top face of the pipe.
Actually, that is not the case, because once, see, the scenario that you are mentioning, it's probably more appropriate to convey in this way. See, if this is a pipe, people immediately thinks the through pipe flow is there. And if flow is there, definitely advection is there. But what possibly you are trying to mention, that you have sealed these two regions. Am I right?
No, not exactly. I am trying to say that the direction of flow is only in this direction, z direction. There is no velocity of the fluid in the radial direction. So advection won't be there in the radial direction because it is a fully developed flow through a pipe.
That can happen only in case of, say, micro scale level, and that the heat transfer in micro scale level is it's in a different level, also the nanoscale level. So that, what is the typical velocity profile?
Parabolic.
Okay. So how do you say that the radial mixing will not happen? If you think of this scenario, say the glass of water or a cup of water, okay, where there is no inlet, no outlet. You have a top plate at T1, you have a bottom plate at T2, say. Somehow we have maintained these two temperature. Now, one of you have mentioned that if the surface temperature, if this is T surface and this is T water, so if you maintain a surface temperature which is different than T water, then what will happen? What is that phenomena?
So conduction happens only in the surface, like solid and liquid interface.
Absolutely, because that what you are understanding or what you are referring, that if I have a say a bulk fluid which is at rest, and then we change the surface temperature than the water temperature, and then the heat transfer will happen only from this side to that side in this direction, that is not right. Immediately what will happen, the density change will happen, and which is called the natural convection. It creates a motion in the fluid itself. Okay, that is called natural convection, even without a bulk motion of a flow, of a fluid or a liquid, which is called forced convection. One is forced convection and this one is called the natural convection. So we will see in convection these two phenomena or these two process, And the objective of understanding convection or learning this whole heat transfer class, if you now realize after the 4 classes in conduction, that eventually we are trying to find that what is this heat flash that is happening. And for that, how do we estimate K in conduction? Similarly, you have heard this term Newton's law of cooling. Now, how do we estimate this convective heat transfer coefficient so that we can estimate how much heat transfer is happening? Now, this convection happens in different ways. So forced convection, natural convection, there is boiling, there is condensation, and all these parts are there. Now, the part I was trying to mention that even when the fluid is at rest, a very smaller area, or say the very small height from the bottom, when it is in contact with the surface, the onset of convection, the forced convection, is basically triggered by conduction. A very low portion or a very small portion or a very thin film near the surface, there the conduction in liquid happens. And immediately, once it happens, then the natural convection starts, or the advection inside this, the bulk movement of the liquid occurs. So this kind of thing we will see in details in convection starting in the next class. We will see how to design heat transfer, how to design evaporators, this kind of process heat transfer equipments we will try to see. And we'll do it from the next class in details. So I will stop here today. And so tomorrow 9 AM we have the next class where we will start the theory portions. Okay, so meanwhile, again, if you have any other suggestions, any other thing, you can just drop a message in the Teams group. The similar procedure we will follow. You would not receive any response if you email. The group has been created, the different channels have been created, use it wisely like you did in the last semester. And we'll be responding through that platform. Okay, any concern, any queries for now? Okay, then, so if not, I will stop here and see you tomorrow then. Thank you guys. And those who didn't upload their profile photo, upload that.